Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in for another episode. I did something that I cannot believe I did this morning, and that was I slammed my finger in my car door. I jumped out, shut the door, and literally slammed my finger in the door, and it was stuck in the door. The only way I could get it out was to unlock the door and pull it out. It's definitely swollen right now, a little bit black and blue on the inside. It's not broken, but it hurts. And I got to tell you, I am not a happy camper considering I leave tomorrow for Toledo Bend. So I'm hoping that it does not affect my fishing and that it does not get worse because it's been getting worse over the last couple hours. So we'll see what happens. One of the good reasons, one of the good reasons why you use two different reels. So in case I can't hold it with a left-handed reel, I can still probably reel just fine with a right-handed reel. So it's always a benefit, in my opinion, to be able to use both right and left-handed reels. So I get questions all the time as to why I do that. One of the reasons is because in my past, I have had like wrist injuries where I needed to be able to use a different reel and I was able to do it. So not real happy about that, but when I got home today, I did have a couple of boxes, and I've never done an unboxing, but I figured I'd do a quick unboxing for some baits that I ordered specifically for Toledo Bend, and I paid $30 extra to have them shipped here express. So I got two. I actually had to pay extra to have them shipped because they were coming from two different facilities. But this is my latest Tackle Warehouse order. I don't actually even remember what I ordered specifically. I know what type of baits they are, and I thought you guys might find them interesting. So we're gonna do it. I ripped the top off this one already, but I've got one other sealed. I ripped the top off and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do an unboxing on this. So we're gonna get into it. So this first one is got all of the same bait in it, it looks like. And these are all some of my favorite hover rig baits. So I've got here a bunch of 4-inch Kitech Shad Impact baits. I was running low when I started packing for Toledo Bend. I realized I didn't have that many. So these are all 4-inch sizes. These are the Pro Blue Red. So there's 3 packs of Pro Blue Red and then 3 packs of just their Pearl on a 3/64 ounce hover rig or the 3/32 size 1 hover rig. These are absolutely dynamite. I've done videos just specifically with these baits before, like Clark's Hill. When you rig them perfectly, they actually, when you pull up on the hover rig, they'll actually wiggle just like a lipless crankbait. It's pretty phenomenal. It's the only bait I've ever had work to the point where it looks like a lipless, but I've done it multiple times with that bait now. You just have to rig it absolutely perfect down the middle, but that's one of my absolute favorite baits for the hover rig. So then we've got this one right here too. We're going to go ahead and open it. So let's see what we got here. This is where more of the fun stuff is. All right. Okay. Let's take a look at some of what we've got. We've got a bunch of these guys right here. So again, this is specifically stuff that I ordered for Toledo Bend. I have gotten a bunch of these. So these are not easy to get. And I'm gonna have to rip one of these open. These are the Sakamata Shad by Depths, and they're the big ones. So this is the 8-inch size, the biggest size they make. I gotta tell you, there are a bunch of top-level pros out there catching them very, very well on the Sakamata Shad. They come in a bunch of different sizes. I'm trying to get one out. I can't open the package with my finger right now. Oh, come on. All right. And I've had pretty decent luck with these before. I've actually been using them to catch muskies on the river here. But they're a glide bait that's a soft glide bait or a soft jerk bait. Little different. They've got this little cup on the end. So the bait tends to want to glide better. And it's a really good hover strolling, mid strolling technique. So with these, I actually put them on a bigger one of our size 7 hooks for the size 7 tush. So I'm just to get one out. So it's a size 7/0 tush. We've got them in quarter, 3/4, and ½ ounce. You rig it up just like a normal swim bait, just thread it right down the middle, and you can stroll these through the water column. They're such big baits, they glide really well. But you know, I'm going to a place that's known for lots of 6 to 10 pound caliber bass, and I will be throwing these around a little bit. Now, it is one of those things where I'm gonna have you know, I'm not fishing for just 5. I'm fishing for numbers. So I don't know how big of a player they're going to be in terms of numbers, but I do think that they can put some better quality fish in the boat. And the thing is, you only get what is it, 4 per pack? So I ordered probably 6 or 8 packs of these in various shad colors. They also come in 2 different weights. One is their what they call the heavyweight, so it's got supposedly more salt in it. I've never used the heavyweight model, but these are supposed to stay down deeper. And then their regular version, which is a little bit higher up in the water column. So we bought a bunch of those. We bought a bunch of the big Magnum flukes for the same purpose. Again, I can put these either on our big tush hooks to get down deeper and mid stroll with them, or if I want to hover stroll, I can put it on like our heavy duty 4/0 hook. I've also got some 6/0s that are not on the market yet, but are hover rig hooks. But these are another, you know, bait to get down a little bit deeper, a little bigger profile to mimic some of the shad. I think that these could be a big player, so I ordered, I don't know how many of these, probably 4 or 5 packs. I've got here, these are some of the Rhythm Wags by Jackal. These are just more split tail, straight tail baits. I bought a bunch of those. What do we got? We got some of the Raid fish rollers. These are really cool looking. I know there's a bunch of people out there that think I'm sponsored or affiliated with Raid because I've used a bunch of their products. I'm not in any way, but I love them. I mean, look at this guy right here. Like, it's hard not to look at this and see the nice quality bait. I mean, that is a beautiful bait that I want to try on my hover rig. I like how it's also got the little splash of high vis chartreuse on the top, so you can actually see the bait. That's more for the angler than the fish. But these are the fish rollers. Have not used these yet. Just shopping around looking for straight tail baits to use both to try on the hover rig. Not just, I guess, for myself as a bait to try, but also specifically for Toledo Bend. So I got some of these different Raid fish rollers. Because I honestly, guys, I think Toledo Bend's going to be one using forward-facing sonar, and it's going to be one fishing some form of hover rig, mid-strolling, hover strolling technique. I think there's going to be a lot of fish that are grouped up in the drains, not necessarily super deep, but in that 8 to 15 foot range, whether there's some hydrilla around or whether they're just drains going up into some spawning grounds. Based on what I've seen in years past on Sam Rayburn, I think that's going to be the same thing going on at Toledo Bend. So, as you guys can see, all of the baits I'm buying are really baits geared towards that. So I bought a bunch of the spunk shads by Hog Farmer in various sizes. Got a bunch of them in here. These are cool. The other thing with these is they do make decent or really good vibrating jig trailers. So like this color I saw, this is what they call their Sunfish Magic, but it looks a lot like Sungill, and Sungill is a color that I really like for both swim jigs and vibrating jigs. So I bought that just for that reason. We got some bigger Kitech Shad Impacts, the 5-inch size. I think that's about everything, but as you can see, everything in here is for hover strolling or mid strolling. So I really feel like I'm going to be throwing a lot of the core tackle hover rig and a lot of the core tackle tush fishing them in different depths, everything from some of the smaller 4-inch size baits just to generate bites, up to bigger 8-inch size Sakamata shads, and everything in between. But I mean, you can see what I ordered here, big box of stuff, is all the handful of brands that I talk about on a regular basis in terms of working really well with the core tackle hover rig and the tush. It's a bunch of your straight-tailed minnow style baits. I think they're going to play majorly. So when I went back and started going through what I have, I was like, I got to order some stuff just to make sure I have it, especially some of the bigger size stuff. So we got that. I'm going to get back to rigging some stuff up here. I'm going to go ice my finger. And yeah, we're going to see what we do. If you like the unboxings, let me know. You know, I don't buy nearly as much tackle as I used to. I really feel like I've got a good stockpile to use up at this point, but I'm still constantly buying stuff. And especially for events like this that are a little bit different, lakes I haven't been to where there are specific things I want to get. If you enjoyed it, let me know and I can do more of these for you. Otherwise, like I said, I'm going to start rigging up. I got a lot to do before I get on the road. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I'll put links to all these in the video description so that you can go check them out yourself. A lot of the colors are sold out right now. A lot of the stuff. These are all pretty popular right now. So check them out. If you can get some, you should order them because you might not be able to order them in another week or 2 weeks just because they're selling out fast. But I'll put links in the video descriptions for you. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. New video coming out tomorrow.